Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving back into the world of lighting and looking at the Zhiyun Cinepeer CX100. The review copy we have is sent to us by Zhiyun, but the opinions in this video are all our own. Without further ado, let's check out what's in the box. Inside the box we get a CX100 light, a mini reflector which attaches to the front, a silicone diffuser which attaches to the reflector, a USB-C cable, and instructions. The first thing we notice about the CX100 is how lightweight it is. This thing's rated at 710 grams, so fits in your hand and it's pretty lightweight. The design of this light is perfect for entry-level users or even those of you who may be a little more experienced. The light's been simplified with just a couple knobs and buttons to get you going. This Cinepeer line is designed for the budget-friendly consumer or those of you starting out who are looking for cost-effective gear. If this design looks familiar, that's because it's similar in design to the X100 series light. The main difference being that this light is actually half the cost of an X100. And that's due to a couple things that it may not have from its big brother. First up, it doesn't have app connectivity, which for some of you may not be a big deal, and it doesn't have an LCD on it. The other main difference is the battery is actually attached permanently. The CX100 light, the battery is not detachable, while on the X100 series you can actually remove it. Otherwise, both lights are actually very similar in operation. The Cinepeer CX100 and the Molus X100 series both share this handy fan. The Dynavort cooling system built into both of these fans has the benefit of being practically silent, so you can be very close to the actual light without worrying that it's going to come up on your audio. Both the passive heatsink cooling and the Dynavort fan help keep this fan cool at all times. If it ever runs the risk of getting a little too hot, it will dim to stay cool, so you never have the risk of your fan overheating. CX100 has two connection points on the bottom for you to attach a 1/4 threaded screw. This allows you to have various connections that you may want to be able to attach your camera to different stands. That way you can actually attach this to an Arca-Swiss mount. Otherwise you can pick up a lighting stand type adapter, be able to attach it to the bottom and use it with a lighting stand. Zhiyun actually sells a Bowens adapter which you can pick up for pretty cheap. It's around $50 Canadian, probably around $40 US. This Bowens adapter allows you to attach it from the front, which is a ZY mount. And that way you can attach all the different umbrella accessories you may already own. Zhiyun also sells their own accessories such as full-size reflectors and other different mounts. You can find that on their website or all your favorite shops you use online. I'm actually using a Zhiyun X60 currently to light our scene here, and I have it attached to the Bowens adapter with a Parallax softbox umbrella. As far as the buttons go, it's pretty straightforward. We have a power button on the back, as well as two dials to control both brightness and color temperature. To power it on, the switch just requires a short and long press. I haven't noticed any issues with this type of format, but some of you online I have noticed have complained in general when lights have that type of setup with an attached battery. Concern being for some people they think it might turn on accidentally in their bag. Now, I've never had any light from any brand accidentally turn on, so it really depends on how you pack your lights. In worst case, just a general tip, if you do have a light with a battery, you can always put your dimness to 0, so in the super rare case they do turn on in your bag, they won't actually be lit. The battery on the Cinepeer CX100 does run for about 30 minutes at full power. If you need a little extra juice, you can additionally attach this to a DC power adapter, which has a port on the bottom, as well as a power delivery through USB-C. If you're not using this at the full 100 watts, it does run quite a bit longer. So you can actually have it at 60 watts running for close to an hour. So you have a couple options on both battery and powered charge. Just going to attach the power bank cable here on the bottom. Now we have charge. And we're good to go. So the dimming is pretty easy on the switch itself. And then the other one, controlling color temperature, pretty straightforward. To actually choose the color temperature, it is notched into the dial here. Now the only side thing I did note that it can be a little tough to get an exact perfect number. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There's little notches that show all the different color temperatures. So I mean, it's not the end of the world if it's off a couple Kelvin, but I did notice it can be a little difficult at times to get it fine-tuned perfectly. The dial does show notches for different Kelvins. It starts at 2700, 3500, 4300, 5000, 5600, and 6500. So it can be a little difficult to get it perfectly set to the Kelvin you want, but it does show the numbers, and it is pretty straightforward. So in conclusion, the light is pretty straightforward and it's very affordable. Again, this is half the price of the X100 series, which is also a fantastic light. And for those of you out there who just need a straightforward light with pretty simple functionality, this is pretty perfect. It's very cost effective, and as far as 100 watt lights go, it's really priced at a great point for all the entry level or just basic lighting needs. As far as cons, I would have loved to see an LCD screen on this and app control, but then again, that's going to increase the cost, and that's not the point of the Cinepeer line. If you're looking for those added functions, that's where the X100 is probably a little more suitable for you. But again, this is set up for the more cost-effective use cases, and in which case, again, it's half the price of an X100. So for those of you who really just need a basic light at 100 watts, this is the perfect item. If some of you are looking for all the extra bells and whistles, take a look at the X100 series. Either way, if you're looking for one or both of those lights, I will have a link in my description in case you want to pick up one for yourself. Using those links below helps the channel, so if you purchase one through the link, thank you very much. If you found this review helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you're looking for more tutorials, videos, and helpful reviews. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll see you in the next video.